This is the Fuller Working Lives programme. So what is it? Fuller Working Lives is an initiative led by the Department for Work and Pensions, which seeks to work with employers and others to promote the benefits of retaining, retraining and recruiting older workers. Yes, that's retaining, retraining and recruiting. So why is this important? Well, our workforce is ageing and there are fewer younger people available to enter the workforce. There are more people aged 50 and over in employment than ever before. 1 in 4 men and 1 in 3 women reaching state pension age have not worked for 5 years or more. And the average age of retiring from work has increased over the last 2 decades. But we can all gain from fuller working lives. Males retiring 10 years later can increase their pension pot by 55%. And women retiring 8 years later can improve their pension pot by 50%. By the year 2021, as many as 1 in 3 workers will be aged 50 and over. Most employers actually say workers aged over 50 are the most experienced and flexible and so key to their business. So how can the National Careers Service help? Well, we offer a midlife career review. A midlife career review is a confidential one-to-one session with a professional careers advisor which gives the employee the opportunity to reflect, plan and re-evaluate their skills, career path, training, qualifications and personal circumstances. On this session, it creates a space for an individual to consider the next 10 to 15 years of work. It supports the employee to plan in a holistic way and it facilitates an open and honest discussion between the employee and the business. So what are the business benefits of career reviews? Well, it helps you to understand your workforce, needs, interests and aspirations. It increases productivity and motivation. It strengthens relationships and employee engagement. It increases loyalty and retention and reduces recruitment costs. It identifies the potential of your employees and of course identifies workforce needs. And who might benefit from a career review? It's those who would like to reflect and plan for the future, employees at risk of redundancy, those interested in exploring their ambitions and aspirations, and those facing age-related life changes. Let's hear from a business that has benefited greatly from the midlife career review process.
My name is Zoe Wright. I'm Group Director of People at BNCE and the People's Pension. We initially were approached by the Department of Work and Pensions through the Manor Royal Business Improvement District Group, which I'm a non-executive director on. And it was floated as an idea that might work in the Gatwick Diamond area to look at opportunities for development for older workers in the area. I think it's important for all employees, regardless of their age, but particularly for older workers, to think about the types of careers they might like to pursue in the future, especially with the workforce becoming older and people particularly wanting to develop new skills around digital technology. I think the main implications really are where you've got certain key skilled areas where you may not easily be able to replace those skills in the future, and you may want to look at options such as higher apprenticeships to retrain your own staff in those key skilled areas that you might lose people because they're coming up for retirement. I think people are looking for different opportunities, so maybe a position that they could work in a part-time basis, or maybe something that would fit in better with other commitments that they've got outside of work. Yeah, so we had the National Careers Advice Service come in to provide trained advisors to speak to our staff. Majority of the staff chose the one-to-one sessions because they were quite individual to their requirements. And we've actually just launched a lot of new dates for this spring as well for people to attend one-to-one sessions. So I had a lot of feedback from staff that they found them useful, particularly one person who said that she was at a bit of a turning point and wasn't particularly happy in the job that she was in. And she found it very useful to speak to somebody that was completely independent and giving her the different options that she could pursue, whether that be a training course, or exploring a new avenue within the organisation, or just looking at something completely new. So I think it just refreshed her options about what her career could look like in the future. So the benefits were that employees had independent one-to-one conversations with a trained advisor. Our internal teams are not trained careers advisors. They're happy to help with internal job vacancies that might come up and giving advice around that. But they're not trained and they don't know the details of other opportunities that might be available for courses or apprenticeships or other routes that might be available for development. We've had feedback from our staff surveys that people want more investment in their career and their future. And as an organisation, that's quite expensive to provide on a one-to-one basis. So partnering up with an external provider like National Careers Service has meant that we can provide that service to staff without any increased cost to ourselves. I would definitely recommend the Midlife Career Review service to other employers through the Fuller Working Lives programme. We used the kind of branding of it being a mid-career review, which went down very well with our workforce because it wasn't restricted to any particular age group. It was more any employee who might be interested in talking about their career, and the feedback that we got was very positive from that.